Greetings YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I am here in sunny Zadar in Croatia. It is late October. The prediction is 20 degrees and sunshine all day. I have 358 kilometers to ride down the Adriatic highway. The views are going to be stunning. The road is going to be fantastic. You lot are invited. Let's have it! There is something so good about waking up to find the sun is shining and you have a whole day's riding ahead of you. I just love that feeling. And those days when I can't do that and I have other commitments like earning money, I miss it. You have to excuse me if I'm a bit sniffy at the minute. Having just got over a cold, I seem to have picked up another one instantly, which isn't great. Anyway, when I went out to get something to eat last night, I noticed there was a cafe just on the corner down here, which opens at 7. It's now 7:35, and so I'm going to go and get myself a coffee. If they do anything like a croissant or something like that, I will be having one of those, and if not, it'll just be a coffee, providing of course they accept card payments. Given that I'm in a reasonably large city, I'm sure they will. Not like when I was out in the sticks up in the mountains at the cafe next to the petrol station a couple of days ago. Was it a couple of days ago? I can't remember. They all blur into one when you're on tour, I find. This is only day 5 as well. And what a day it's going to be. Like, the cafe is literally just where that car is deciding it wants to be on my side of the road. See, I parked right outside. I think I can. And I'll be able to see the bike if I sit just there. Save me going through the whole locking it up scenario again. Right. Cheers. 7 and something hours worth of riding ahead of me, and that's going to be longer, and I can't wait. I can't wait. The sun is shining. The sky is blue. The road is going to be fantastic. And there's breakfast. What an awesome little cafe. That set me up nicely for the day. Beautiful soundtrack. B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joe Bonamassa, Robert Cray, all playing in the background. The guy has good taste. Noir Cafe Bar, Zadar, Croatia. If you're ever out this way and you want to listen to some good music whilst you have your breakfast, that is the place to be. Right, I have, as I mentioned a second ago, about 7 hours, probably 8.5 in reality, ahead of me, and 220 miles of the Adriatic highway left to ride. Let's have it. So, the Adriatic highway, or the Death Road, as it very affectionately has become known, or it became known in the 80s and 90s. I'm not sure which way to go. I'm going to take a right and then work it out in a second. Yeah, that stretch of road from Adriatic to Dubrovnik is an absolutely exquisite ribbon of tarmac that pretty much hugs the rugged Croatian coastline. 400 miles long, built I believe in the 60s, and was the main north-south artery through Croatia until the A1 motorway was built later on. And yes, famous for having, you know, a couple of hundred deaths a year on it, due to it being so overcrowded, so technical in places, the lack of barriers. Noticed some of that yesterday when I did the first, I don't know, 100 and something miles of it. In places there's not a lot stopping you going over the edge, but to be fair, even if there's a big Armco on a bike, if you hit it, you're still going over. Might save a car maybe, but there are places, many places along it where for motorcyclists you're supposed to do 30 kilometers an hour, not miles an hour. It's even slower than that. Yeah, so I've been in pursuit of sunshine and kind of like a last gasp of summer. That was part of the reason why I took this trip, heading a bit south and certainly a lot east. And, you know, it's finally delivering. Having ridden through the complete polar opposite over the last few days, I've had heavy rain, monsoon conditions I would say, violent winds, almost sub-zero temperatures. I've ridden with snow on the ground around me up through the Austrian Tyrol, and finally it's going to be like a mild summer's day in the UK for me here. Very excited, you could probably tell. I can already feel the warmth in that sun. Gorgeous, gorgeous. But first, I have to escape the clutches of the city as ever. I'm always glad to break free of a city. And of course, at the moment it's rush hour here in Zadar. People are going about their daily lives, heading to work. I am escaping Zadar. Next stop, Dubrovnik. How beautifully still the water is. Well, it's taken quite a while to make my way back to the Adriatic highway, the E65. By going to Zadar last night, I sort of came away from it, first through the island of Pag and then onto Zadar itself, and I'm working my way back to the Adriatic highway. I think I'm going to be picking it up at Split, and that's still 30 or 40 kilometers away. Not that I've anything to grumble about. This is an absolutely beautiful route. I'm just not on the coast at the moment. Well, that's not true. The coast is there. But there's loads and loads of islands. The iconic route awaits me in that direction a bit. I'll just soak up this sunshine as I'm getting there. Found the coast again. It's absolutely enticing. I'm really looking forward to getting on this road. My Well, I've been on the road now for probably 2.5 hours, something like that, maybe coming on 3 hours. I still haven't got to the Adriatic highway. It's getting close. That's quite a view. So pretty spectacular roads just to get myself to the spectacular road. What's not to like? ...169 kilometers to Dubrovnik, which is my destination, although the sat-nav is saying 192, so maybe my route is slightly different to what that intends. You're going to stand in the sunshine all day, holding a green card, letting cars come past and bikes come past. What better place to do it than here? Look at that. Spectacular. just take a moment. Just look at that. Lovely. What an absolutely superb place to just stop and soak it up for a bit. Just beautiful. Right, carry on along this road. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Now, the woman riding that sports bike, the number plate was not present on the back of it. I wonder if that's intentional. There are a lot of speed cameras along this road. I'm guessing it probably is. Doesn't feel like autumn today, feels like summer to me, but that's beautiful. Love the river as well, very nice. Certainly a varied coastal route because it's not just the coast. It feels like I'm about to enter the savannah now. Well, the cruise ships are in town. Mira and her daughter suggested a tour for the channel, that they take a cruise somewhere and I race the cruise ship. I think it sounds like a pretty good idea actually. Only I don't get to live in the lap of luxury. It says I have arrived, but I don't know if I have. Right, I'm going to contact the host and tell them I'm here. They said to let them know 15 minutes before I arrived, but I figured I might be faffing around a bit, so I thought I'd just get here first anyway. Glad to be here. Well, waiting for my host to arrive, and I've got a sneaky feeling that is going to be the parking. I'm number 10, so I think my apartment is up all those stairs. Feast your mince pies on this view. It's not too shabby. I think the old town is just over there, so it says 20-minute walk, which that'll be good. Chance to stretch the legs after being on the bike for, I don't know what it is, it's 4 o'clock now and I was on the road at 8, so 8 hours or so. Okay, I'm pretty happy with all of this. The bike's locked up there. I'm going to put the cover over it once it cools down a little bit, because I don't want the exhaust or the cylinder heads to melt the cover. Glue it to the bike, and let me show you where I am tonight. This is okay. I think this has cost me £43. So luckily it's not at the very top of the stairs. It's like the first one. Shared terrace. That suits me. I like being a bit more private. Looks like the guy's showing some more guests in as well. And he said in the morning, I just leave the door, leave the key on the table, send him a message and he'll come and take it, collect it. So happy days. I haven't even checked this out myself yet, but let's have a look. So I've got a bed, a weary traveller, all my stuff, little kitchen, there's not a microwave, and there is my bathroom. That'll do. Right, I'm going to get myself sorted out and then I'm going to walk into the old town. He said it's a 25-minute walk. There's a map of the old town, its walls. You can walk around the walls if you pay to do so. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go in and find something to eat in there. Apparently there's a cafe just around the corner for breakfast in the morning, which is good. So I'm going to go there. I'll bring you with me to the old town. We'll have a look. And then I will probably end the video from there as I find myself something to eat. What a day's ride it has been. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, folks, I've been walking for about half an hour now. It's not 25 minutes or 20 minutes to the old town. I've still got another 11 minutes to go. The old town's down there, looking absolutely beautiful. It's a walled city, or a walled town. And the things I read on the internet about Dubrovnik and the old town being all about the steps wasn't a fib. See what I mean? At least for once, I'm not in all my bike gear. Still getting a pretty good sweat on though, to be fair. 45 minutes, Google Maps said, walking here, and many a back alley, dark one, I have wandered down. It's all good though, it's very quiet, everybody seems very friendly. I think all of the flooring is marble. It's shiny, it's not wet, it looks like marble to me. This is worth every single one of those 45 minutes it took to walk here and the 45 minutes it will take to walk back. Spellblindingly beautiful, this place. Can't quite think of the right adjectives. Enchanting, wonderful. It's just magical. Old Town Dubrovnik. Absolutely love it. Well, I've got a local brew and I'm waiting for my food. Now is a good time to say goodbye, so I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.